Hi, everyone. I'm Joanna Ho, author of Eyes That Kiss in the Corners, and I'm super excited to talk to you today about books and writing. My interest in education started actually in high school. So I was chosen as one of several students at my school when I was a senior to attend like a weekend leadership program called Camp Anytown. And it was a really, really intense, emotional experience. We did a lot of like deep dives into just racism and systems of oppression and like through these really, really emotional experiences. And that was life changing for me. I think anti bias and anti racism and equity really is like the umbrella for why I do everything that I do. So that's why I became an educator. It's very much why I became an author. My internalization of invisibility was so deep that I didn't know that it was possible. I never even questioned it. I didn't know it was possible to be in a book, to be in a movie. And so when I had my son, my first child, I was looking for books and realized that there were so few. And I had this like epiphany of you should try writing your own. And that's really where that journey started. But again, to bring it back to the question, it really ties back to that umbrella of inclusion and anti racism. All my books, no matter the topic, they all speak to some aspect of inclusion and power and dynamics of how to gain voice within these systems that have historically been very silencing. I was raised by a single mom, and my ama is very much like the character in Isaac Kiss in the Corner. She was blind almost her whole life, but I felt such love from her and such closeness to her, even though we didn't speak the same languages. My whole life and my childhood, especially, has been led and guided and influenced by these really powerful, strong women. And so when I wrote Isaac Kiss in the Corners and I thought about the stories and the histories and the lives that are passed on through these physical features. And so it just naturally came out. It was the women in her lives and the stories that they hold that helped her recognize her own beauty and ultimately her own power. So it's very, very much influenced by my own life. If you are so lucky and just to have a moment like that, and there are a lot, it doesn't have to be like you hit the New York Times, just any little moment, any win, any success is like celebrate it and take the time. I would like find out good news and be like, oh, awesome. And then my brain would just turn off and go straight back into like admin teaching. I am trying to work on taking time to celebrate and like make time for those joyful moments because they matter. And it's easy for me to just sort of be like, oh, cool, and then like move on to the next thing I need to work on. So I think that's it. Just take time to celebrate and feel the joy and be proud and tell your family, tell your friends, like make a big deal out of it, even if it's a little thing. Like every win is worth celebrating. I really, really hope that teachers also, but that students and young people will read the book and go down and ask themselves, like, what does revolution mean in this story? What are the systems that cause us to believe beauty looks a certain way or power looks a certain way? And what is your voice and your power to create change in those systems? Like, that's ultimately what the book is about. I hope that, in a soundbite, I hope that students come away recognizing their own power to create change and that they love on each other and treat each other with that kind of empathy and kindness and tenderness. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope that you read Eyes That Kiss in the Corners and so many other inclusive representative books. Share them with your loved ones and family and friends. And I hope that these books generate feelings of love and compassion and tenderness for all of humanity.